Alright, so jumping right back into the tournament for Elixir and Rename card, we're going against the Luca Goers. So we've had a really good time of it so far. Newbie Ronso level 74, I believe Irga was level 83. Like, it's good. It's not bad at all. And yeah, I mean, we're kind of continuing in that vein, just getting as much experience as possible, leveling up our players, trying to be the greatest dual champion of all time. Something like that. Gonna send all these teams to the Shadow Realm. I don't know, I'm probably getting games mixed up here, but you know, it's going good though. But yeah, all we've got to really do is regain control of the ball, as we started without it, and get experience. I mean, it's easier said than done. That being said, it's not that hard either. So it's, you know, it's middle of the ground. It's gonna be exciting. Anyways, Venom Shot 2 gonna probably be shut down just because 2 people tackling is gonna be pretty hard to get through. And yeah, it looks like that's the case. Netis is pretty much shut down. We're able to pass back to Irga Ronso, and we're jumping into a very familiar situation where we have control and are able to just soak up the experience through abusing the AI's intelligence, or, you know, lack of intelligence. To be honest, it's mostly lack of intelligence. They don't do the smart thing. They rarely do the smart thing. Sometimes they'll have a defender on their side of the goal shoot with like 5 shoot, literally the farthest away they possibly can, and then they hope for a goal, and it tends to not happen. It tends to be a very, very bad idea on their part. But yeah, jumping back into Irga Ronso, Newbie Ronso passing, able to get a lot of experience. Looks like a boost is way too close, actually. That was a little bit too brave on my part. This is going to push us into a little bit of a sticky situation. Just because a boost feels like he's fairly close to Irga Ronso. He did back off, which is good, but there was just as much of a chance that he just stuck on Irga Ronso and did not move, which would have been, you know, pretty catastrophic for our hopes of being able to actually, you know, continue getting experience. It's harder to get experience when you gotta pass through a bunch of people over and over and over, because it just kills the time you have to get the experience, and makes you generally just sad because you gotta deal with all that stuff. But yeah, so all in all, I mean, it's going really well for the tournament, I feel. I mean, obviously we won the last game, so that's pretty cool. If we didn't win the last game, then we would not be here. And I think right now, with focusing on the experience gain, we also do want to be aware of trying to get a goal in this half. Kind of in the way we have been doing, which is we pass to our guy Ronso, have him do a very long shot, and then we hope that makes it, and if it doesn't, then we're sad. Seems like the solid plan we've got going on. Alright, so I'm going to actually pass to Beseek Ronso. The reason for this is it's going to kill a little bit of time, which means when we pass to our guy Ronso, hopefully we're not going to have to deal with an encounter. So what'll happen is he'll shoot the ball in, it'll take enough time to where we won't have to deal with an encounter later on, and then the half will just end. Even though it is around 420, like, I think this is still a really early shot. So I don't know if we have a huge chance of avoiding. Oh wow. Actually, speaking about it, looks like we have a 0 chance of having a midfield encounter now. No. No, okay. I totally thought that we could make that. Okay. So all in all, we missed the midfield encounter, but we also missed the goal, so I mean, that's not good. That's in fact, that's pretty bad. All that means is we'll have to try for a goal this time. The reason I don't like doing that, though, which I've mentioned before, is it puts a lot of pressure on the second half, whereas in the first half, you can shoot a goal and hopefully you make it. If you don't, it's not terrible. But now it's the situation of we must make a goal, because if we don't, then we're in overtime. And if they get a lucky goal in overtime, then we're out of the tournament. And then we're fired and we're sad, and, you know, life is not good. I don't necessarily want to encounter Knob Guado because I believe his block is just nuts. Like, it's too much, man. He's too good. Actually, thinking about it, maybe not at this level. Pretty much all of my opponents are under leveled. So, like, whenever we encounter them, it's just like, alright, well, this is probably going to go our way. Alright, we're going to pass to Irga Ronso. Right now, we're really just trying to avoid the weird situation we've got ourselves in, where pretty much all my players are covered. Like, there's not a lot of just open people where I'm just like, hey, you're going to get the ball because you are a clear pass right now. It's a lot of uncertainty going on. Oh jeez, a boost was like so close. He had such an opportunity there, and he just couldn't do it, man. He just couldn't do it. So already getting a little bit of pressure here. I mean, the good thing is once Newbie Ronso gets the ball, the Ronso is pretty open. Like, I mean, that's true, right? He's an opportunity to pass to. And then hopefully then Irga Ronso. And I know it's a little bit riskier, but I am still thinking about doing the same strategy as the first half, which is we wait until time is almost up, and then we have Irga Ronso go for a goal. The issue, of course, as I mentioned at the beginning of this half, is we might get in a situation where if he misses, then we go into overtime. And overtime rules are whoever scores first wins. So there's a lot more of a urgency to that kind of situation. So actually, now I think about it, I'm gonna switch it up a little bit. I'm just gonna push for the goal here. So I'm gonna pass to Newbie Ronso. He's definitely strong enough to take some tackles here, and the good thing is Nettis is incredibly slow, so that's going to definitely factor into, like, this is good for us situation. We can take both tackles without really breaking a sweat, or we should be able to. And then when we pass to Irga Ronso, we should be able to push him even closer to the goal. And he has golden arms, so he doesn't have to be incredibly close, but the proximity will definitely help, kind of as insurance, you know, be like, all right, we're definitely making this goal, because, like, that's the whole point. Looks like Bada doesn't counter. I'm not super worried about this. See, that was the cue for them to steal the ball, though. When I go, I'm not super worried, and then they just, like, crush me, score a goal, and then just, like, steal all my players. I don't know. Alright, so it's 1-0. The negative, of course, is we miss out on experience, and then also have to deal with a dumb midfield encounter. I feel like I have an unreasonable, like, dislike for midfield encounters at the late game. Like, I try to avoid them at all costs, but I don't know why, because they don't really hurt anything. I mean, they're a waste of time. I think that's like the main thing I have against them. I'm like, no, we need to utilize this time appropriately, not watch a boost barely catch a ball and a Ronso get hit in the face. But I mean, maybe that's just me. Anyways, I'll jump off my rant. No level ups, but Irga Ronso is 2 experience away from leveling up, so I mean, hey, that's close enough, right? I think Bixen also got a lot of goals last game too. Yeah, he did. Yeah, he did. But it's all good. I think rename card is the top scorer prize, so I probably won't even care enough to go for it. Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. And when you come back, we will be playing more Blitzball. But until next time.